cool. So we lay our Bedrock, we'll lay another Ambling guy, right? We'll untap him, and it's just so much card draw. It really is. Now he's going to do 9 damage because of Bedrock. It's a lot, man. It's really good. Feels really good. Mr. Big Turtle comes down. Wowzers. All of our plants come down. Oh, thank you. Or are buffed, rather. Ooh, we could lay this, but I think we just Yidaro. Mr. Yidar. Young Yidar from the cut, folks. Oh my god. Do we fight? No, we trample and haste, right? Yeah. More damage. Oh, you don't say. However, goodbye, come again. Yes. Yes. Goodbye. Try to say good game. Yo, so we got a really cool one here today. Every once in a while you build a deck and it just sort of clicks for no reason. And that's what sort of happened with Turtles of all things here. I'm really excited to show you this one. And I do have a great sideboard for you best of 3 players. I will come back to that in a second. So what sort of prompted this was the new Turtle. But oh my goodness, the synergy that we already had is actually pretty real. And I think it just gave you that cherry on top in terms of card advantage. And that is Ambling Stormshell here. You'll see in the first game that we drew like 9 cards off of this, potentially 12. I kind of forget. And it's not too hard to untap it because we do have a critical mass of turtles. All of these guys have huge butts as well, right? And they can survive, and you're not going to die against mono red once you sort of turn the corner. There's also a lot of synergy with land, and you'll see that we ramp a heck of a lot in this deck. Now, Fecund Greenshell here. I'm going to come back to Amble there in a second. This is huge. Not only does it get triggered by pretty much everything except for Blossoming Tortoise, but this is also very important, but you're also like sort of ramping, right? And you're getting card advantage as well if you don't ramp. And being that all you need is 10 lands to pop the Anthem, you do have Awaken the Woods in here. So what's really cool is like you cast an early Awaken the Woods, that could even help you cast this guy. But, or you can, do that after, and then you'll have, these are forests themselves. So you'll have a whole bunch of guys. This will buff all those guys. You'll hit that threshold very early, and then you'll have a bunch of 3/3s, and you'll feel really good about that. You also have Blossoming Tortoise, which is going to get lands back from the bin. And we do have actually some card filtering and stuff, really in 3 steps ahead here. Because Volcanic Spite actually pitches it back to your bin, but this really helps you not flood out because you do just have so much natural land getting from this and land getting from this. Now, of course, this will buff your forest tokens as well because sometimes you do need to go wide and you can't just lay a bunch of 4 and 5 drop turtles. So there's a lot of synergy there that might not be super apparent at first glance, but this is just a great card. Even though it doesn't have a higher toughness, it is worth playing, I believe. So if you haven't seen Bedrock Tortoise, golly jeepers, this is actually really, really good. Your creatures will have hexproof on our turn, so they can't do any sort of like combat tricks directly to the turtle unless they take this out first, so they'll have to tap out and you can make more educated combat steps, but also just being a 6/6 basically, right? This turns into a 6/6 and then he buffs himself, so he'll basically be an 8/8. And if you have multiple copies, he'll be like a 10/10. So you have like 6/6 here, an 8/8 here. Ambling Stormshell coming back to this will be a 9/9, right? And you do have enough turtles again to actually untap this guy and start drawing a whole bunch. So this being able to refill your hand is very, very serious. Now there's another really good turtle that really drives the nail into the hammer into the nail. Yes, because this is this is a really good card, by the way. I actually thought this was 7 mana. Because I used to play with this, but it's 6, and it has a 4 mana ability that you can destroy artifacts and enchantments. So any artifact enchantment that is like super problematic, you can, discard this card, but then shuffle it into your graveyard. So you're not going to lose one of your 3 copies, and 3 is certainly a magic number. You also draw a card out of it while removing something. But then again, you have a fight spell, and it's a 7/7, which is great. Or you can just give it trample haste, and you already have like a Fecund here and a Bedrock Tortoise here, being again a 6/6, and you have a whole bunch of Awaken the Woods that are 3/3s most likely, or 2/2s if Fecund gets removed and you just have Tortoise here. So just driving home that finalizing damage, being a removal spell on a stick, and hitting artifacts and enchantments, and it's a turtle. I know, it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. So we have to play like interaction and stuff, right? So 3 steps ahead, you can copy your turtles, which is huge value, especially notably Fecund. I keep bringing this up, but this is a really, really good card. And yeah, card filtering for those extra lands, creating the, countering as well. Just the modality of this is very important, and it fits really well into what we're doing. 1 Spell Pierce, because sometimes that'll just turn the tide of the table for 1 mana. They won't see it coming. And Flood Maw, because sometimes, like, you have these huge guys, and they don't naturally have trample or anything. So if there's a pesky little blocker, this obviously gets that out of the way. And, if you don't have instant, say you don't have your Kogla and Yidaro, and there's like an Unholy Annex or something to draw a whole bunch of cards, just return that to their hand before they can do that. Feels pretty good. You also have an Aegis Turtle as a 0/5 turtle here, which is really, really good, guys. I mean, like, again, this is basically a 5/5 for 1 mana if you have your Bedrock Tortoise. It's not too hard to do. And, of course, you need cheap turtles so you can untap your Stormshell and feel really good about that. There's 1 more turtle, which is Ticket Tortoise. This, if you get it in your hand early and stuff and they go first, you can get their treasure token, which is cool. But really, for 2 mana, it's just being that it's a turtle. I don't know why it has 1 toughness. I wish it had 2 toughness. But you often trade up with this, and you don't feel too bad about just like kind of wasting it, quote unquote. But it is a potential untap here, and it's really easy to cast being that it's colorless. And we do have 3 colors, but we do have a really good mana base. And speaking of that, Ancient Cornucopia really helps fill that, because you do need 2 reds for Yidaro and 2 greens for these guys. You do have more forest than anything else, so you're not worried about the forest, but this is just a nice way of gaining a whole bunch of life as the game goes on as well. It's actually kind of real. It's really real, especially when you have big blockers, right, like our tortoises. Brotherhood's End, I just snuck 1 of these in here. Kind of weird because we are playing a Blossoming Tortoise and it could just kill that guy. But maybe, and again, it's not too hard to get to that 10 mana threshold when you're pumping out these as well, and you're just ramping so much with Tortoise and his ability naturally, right? So Brotherhood's End likely won't kill your Blossoming Tortoise, but also really good because you can destroy a whole bunch of artifacts, because this is our only other artifact thing. So good mode on this. I actually think it's nice to just have 1 here. Could win you a game out of nowhere, really. But this isn't necessary. You can sideboard this out for something. But that's basically the package, and I would not sleep on this guy. He's a 9/9 most of the time with Ward 2 for 5 mana, and he should be able to draw you at least 3 cards before he gets removed. And again, you have so many like big guys that they're probably going to run through their removal spell, their removal spell arsenal before they actually get to this guy. And again, Yidaro just is a beautiful cherry on top. So very, very cool. So if you made it this far, thank you very much. The support has been crazy. 700 subscribers. Thank you guys. That means a lot. And I'll keep making decks for ya. So we do have to have a sideboard for best of 3 players, and any of this could make the main list. I figured 1 Phantom Interference couldn't hurt anything to complement our slight counter spell package. A Braid, because again, sometimes artifacts are kind of real right now, more than usual, and so you'd sideboard this in that situation. And also 3 damage in case you're sideboarding out your Volcanic Spites, for example. Your Paw Patch in here to hit enchantments, so you have artifacts and enchantment removal. This is really, really good because you can also hit flyers, and we don't have much reach other than Fecund here. Yeah, so that actually is a really good mode as well. And sometimes you just want to draw that card, and it's a little bit of life gain potentially if you're against a grindier matchup. Sometimes could matter. So we went with 4 of those. Brotherhood's End. Sometimes you're against a deck where this is just like so damn good, right? You probably don't like of all the cards probably here. You probably don't need to sideboard 2 more copies of this, but maybe 1 more copy one time, and it could be good again if you're against artifact stuff. Loot, by the way, is a toughness 4 guy, so that should trigger your Fecund. And again, you're flooding so much mana here that you could easily use his ability and just cheat out a guy. This is actually really, really good in a lot of different ways in this deck, even though it's not a turtle. So I thought, hey, Ill-Timed Explosion, sort of better than Brotherhood's End if you're going to sideboard any of these in, because yeah, you don't really want to pitch one of your turtles most of the time, but you should be able to draw so many cards with Ambling Stormshell. Maybe you don't mind getting rid of one of them, but typically it's just kind of cool because you draw 2 cards, which is great. So get rid of those extra lands and maybe take out a whole bunch of guys. So I don't know if this is absolutely necessary, but it could be good. I think that Blue Sun's Twilight is completely slept on, especially when it's so easy to hit 7 mana in this deck. To steal something and create a copy is kind of crazy, and it's scalable, so you don't have to do that if you want to cast it early. So I think this is really good. It has nothing to do with what we're trying to do, but I think people forgot this existed, to be honest. This is great. This is great. Also, one of my favorite cards of all time, Doppelgang, because sometimes, man, you just cast this for X's 2, which, again, isn't hard in this deck. And it's just like, wow, you get like 4 copies of their scariest stuff. You could also just make a whole bunch of copies of our turtles, right? If you copy 2 Fecunds and 2 Blossoming Tortoises, I mean, things are getting kind of insane, to be honest, and you're going to get so much mana out of that. It's kind of going to be literally insane. You could, like, even copy, like, your Kogla and Yidaros and just use the fight spells. Yeah, which, well, actually, that won't work. Scratch that. Just kidding. I didn't say that. Never happened. So, yeah, just a great card, though. It's mostly for fun. There's probably better sideboard cards. Like, you could run more removal, more counter spells, things like that. But sometimes you do need big bombs. Big, scary cards like this, maybe other than our turtles, in the right matchup, I would say. And we do have, like, the Paw Patches and the Abrades and the Phantom. So, yeah, I think that's, you could probably improve the sideboard, but the main deck is really, really good. It's really, really good. You also have Restless Vine Stalks, by the way, to actually help close damage out is kind of serious. Kind of nice that you can, like, buff, like, one of your Awaken the Wood tokens to be a 3/3, and then they will get the buff from your Fecund, so all of a sudden you're swinging with, like, 2 5/5s. Not only that, by the way, your Blossoming Tortoise lessens the activation cost of land abilities, by the way, so really good stuff there. And yeah, the mana just works out in such a way. There's like a couple surveil lands. You lean towards green, blue second, red last, right? So good deck. I hope you enjoy. The gameplay again is really good. At least the first game is really, really good. The second game was like we won, but it was kind of like meh. It wasn't really exciting. So if you're gonna check out one, check out the first one. And I hope you have a great day, guys. I love you guys. So much, 700 subscribers feels pretty crazy. Approaching that 1K. I love it, man. I love it. So, hope you're still enjoying the format. I took a little bit of a break, as you guys know. Just slowing down slightly, but I'll keep making decks for you. So, alright, guys. Take care out there. Don't eat the yellow snow, as my grandpappy used to say. He did not say that, but, yeah. Someone peed, so. Okay. Bye. Alright, thanks for checking out the gameplay. Let's get a dub or 2 with our Temur Turtles. We do have the Ambling Stormshell, so I want to show that off, potentially. And the Kogla, which really sort of ties the top of the curve together. Awaken the Woods can go crazy with Blossoming Tortoise, as well as the 5-drop guy, something Shell, Fecund or something. I actually, even if I saw the name, I probably wouldn't remember. I don't know how to read, so. Yeah, but there's Cornucopia. That's pretty cool. And 2, we got all the colors that we'll need. Typically, you can do that. You find one of these early in, like, a Cornucopia sets. Because really the 2 red is mostly for this. But I do think it is worth it. Because this can obviously take out something. We don't have much reach in this deck at all. So this often will take out, like, a problematic flyer or just trample over. A little bit of closing damage type of thing. I think we just get rid of... Well, we use our tap land while there's nothing to hit, really, with Spite. We're against Trebuchet, you say. Oh, a Cornucopia. Wonderful, wonderful. We could probably just copy him here, I think. I think that's probably the move. Yeah. 3 steps ahead will be cast later on. We'll probably just get our Stormshell down. Now, untapping it isn't impossible. But really just drawing 3 at one time is usually going to set you up for the, obviously, next few turns. So you should feel pretty good, even if you don't untap the guy. We could destroy the Cornucopia with Yidaro's ability. Just kind of thinking about that. But I think what you do, please don't get countered, is you just get a big turtle down. Yep. Cool, man. Now it's kind of cool because, like, he doesn't, like, he still does his damage that turn. And the ward, too, is pretty serious with a 9 toughness body. I mean, like, that, all of these turtle cells do not get run over by mono red and stuff. Roxanne. Good card, man. I always actually wanted to build a Roxanne deck. Interesting. I think what we do is this. Goodbye, come again. I think we'll put the Surveil in, even though that's good, but we kind of want this creature land as well here. So what we could do, let's do this, right? Okay, draw 3. We'll probably hold up 3 steps ahead. All things considered here, as much as I want to just cast Ticket Tortoise, which is pretty sexy, to be honest, because it will untap our guy. Let's hold up 3 steps ahead. This is mostly just because like, it is a turtle, and you know, if you do have it in your hand and they get off to a good start, you can get treasure out of it, which is pretty nice. Ill-timed explosion. I think yeah. Goodbye. Come again. A little bit of life gain action. So we can double turtle here. Yes. Yes, sir. Yidaro coming on down later is pretty crazy. Now, what's really cool is Awaken the Woods, right? Makes a whole bunch of land creature tokens. So that will enable this, right? You'll have 10 or more lands. And then they'll all get buffed by this guy. So the synergy is really, really good there. In fact, it's so good that we're going to do this. So we have 5, right? So check this out. Jaboom. So, pretty massive, because then you slap this guy down, and then we have so much damage. Oh, no. Oh, golly jeepers. Well, that is not what I wanted to see, let me tell you. That is not what I wanted to see. We were about to, you know, they're all going to be 3/3s, right? So, okay. Well, then. So, what we need to do is get this down, for sure. See, it's Fecund Greenshell or something weird like that. So we can untap this guy. Okay. Which is really cool. And we can actually get in a swing here. So, right, we cast 1 turtle here. Great. He's going to ramp us a little bit. We're going to feel sexy about that. Oh, we get this. Ooh, we could do both. We'll just lay this then, because I was going to lay Ticket Tortoise. But, and now we can draw 3 more cards. Wowzers, wowzers. And that is another land trigger, so we are getting our mana all the way up. We do have a nice little Into the Flood Maw for anything crazy that they end up laying. And actually what we're going to do is just lay another turtle. Because right now we don't have to discard a card. And we're about to go crazy. We slap down Bedrock Tortoise. Oh, we do have to discard a card anyway. That's right. I guess a Flood Maw here. I don't know. I don't think it'll matter. I think we're winning this game here. They only have 2 cards. Oh my goodness. If they actually... Well, they can't kill... See, 9 toughness is kind of real. And 6 toughness is good too. What is it, a Valgavoth? A Portal of Phyrexia? Oh no! Dude, wiping out our turtles, bro. And we were about to win, pretty much. We were about to win. Come on now, brother. Come on. Let's get down Bedrock here. Just do that. And yeah, so we do have 5 more mana. Great. Wow. Cool, so we lay our Bedrock. We'll lay another Ambling guy, right? We'll untap him, and it's just so much card draw. It really is. Now he's going to do 9 damage because of Bedrock. It's a lot, man. It's really good. Feels really good, anyway. And, yeah, we should have this in the bag. I guess a forest? Sure. We still have 2 turtles, not to mention a hasty, big, fat, scary turtle. Yes. And also, by the way, this does give a little bit of depth to the deck, because sometimes you just gotta remove an enchantment or an artifact. You also don't... you shuffled... It says discard this card, which is interesting, but then you shuffle it in into your library from your graveyard. So it's kind of interesting because that actually would trigger things like Insidious Roots. The way that it's worded, it's like the discard isn't even really that necessary to even be there, but there are some implications, so they must have done it for a reason. So let's see if they can kill Bedrock Tortoise. Mr. Bedrock Tortoise, you say? I'm so sorry. Whoa. That did not just happen. I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe that just happened. Okie dokie, artichoke. Wow, man. Really? Really? Wow. Alrighty then. We do have 2 Flood Maws. So... Huh. Let's just do a huge Awaken the Woods. So 4, 7, 8. Sure. I guess we'll swing with this. Yeah. Okay. They did not just doppelganger and copy my turtles. They did not do it. I refuse to believe that that just happened. Come on now, man. I'm the turtle guy over here. I think the land and I think the counter spell, right? Yeah. That could be good though, because we could copy your guys, but I think we just... And we do have the Fecund Greenshell. Yes, quite. We should be able to attack with this also. So yeah, dude. Feeling good, bro. Oh, they got a mana. They do have a Restless Vines stacker room. Look at that. Refilling their hands. Wowzers, Bowsers. Yeah, throw one in front. I think that'll do. Just in case something weird happens and we all die. A Kellen. Okay. Really not what I was expecting. What is that ability? Investigate, even play additional land. Okay. Cool. Good. This is a really good commander card from what I understand. Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, that's a good commander. I think it's broken for some reason. Like, you could break him. I'm sure if I had more copy, I could probably figure it out. Okay, so... What we do here is we lay Mr. Big Turtle. Untap Big Turtle as well. Yes, quite. And now... we swingle Pringle, baby! Alright, yeah. Mr. Big Turtle comes down. Wowzers, all of our plants come down. Oh, thank you. Or are buffed, rather. Ooh, we could lay this, but I think we just Yidaro. Mr. Yidar. Young Yidar from the cut, folks. Oh my god. Do we fight? No, we trample and haste, right? Yeah. More damage. Yeah. We chill. We swingle Pringle. We draw more. So much value. Actually insane value. Actually insane value, to be honest. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Unbelievable. So now we're bigger as well. From Mr. Fecund. Why is his name Fecund? Like, ugh. Gross. Yeah, big trample guy. Yeah, big plant token. Yeah, good game. Got him, dude. Sheesh. I said plant, but I meant land. Whoops. Yeah, so we're back to green because I haven't the season reset. I haven't played it all. So let's get another dub. Thanks for being here. Thanks for making it this far. Let's get another cool dub and show off some finds. All right, let's get another dub real quick. Rooney here. Keep 7. Very risky, but I like the Volcanic Spite helping us filter a little bit. Probably should have got a red here in case we got the untapped, but we didn't anyway. So clearly I am not thinking very well, but things are working out. Things are working out. Actually, in this case, we get our cornucopias. And then we'll have access to 5 money. Lovely. Well, that's a card that exists. Yeah, that's a good one. Pay 4. That's really tough. Karn Silence. Yeah, okay. Destroy a bunch of stuff. I think we get a... We probably get the second red, because we actually have 2 of... We have 3 blues, 2 greens. We could destroy Silex with Kogla's ability. However, Blossoming Tortoise. Because this goes uncontested, and we do hit a mana. Probably the Surveil. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Keep that there. Tortasso. This is what we didn't get the first game. Sort of, you know, same kind of thing with this, buffing up our forest token guys, which is great. We probably just do this. Keep the mana efficiency going on. Basically, card draw. You love to see it. And we can Bedrock, which will make him do a little bit more damage, but most notably, like, get a land off the top or another card to our hand. So that could be good, too. We could actually do this and Flood Maw something, which is kind of good, I would say, for our position. Now, they have to pay... So if they want to kill this, they have to pay 5 mana. We could potentially return that to their hand, too, to put that whole play a turn behind. I'm kind of thinking, damn, not the Edict, no. Pit of Offerings. Wow. This is a card that should be in a, oh my god, Ketramosa, right? Ketramosa is perfect for such things. Actually, let's get this down. Yeah. We'll just Flood Maw here, and then hopefully we can do this and this if there is some sort of creature in our way. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of figured it would die anyway. Yeah, we can't. That's the thing. I was wondering if I should just run Bounce Off or whatever it is, which is like a strictly better Fading Hope. No, Fading Hope is better than Unsummon as well because of the Scry. I think you just do this. I think so. Yeah. It doesn't matter. We'll get this. We got all the colors we'll ever need, really. I guess there is implications because this takes 2 blue. Also, we're going to need a green to use that ability if we cast a spell that same turn as well, type of thing. Okie dokie, artichoke. So just all removal. Let me see. Yeah, all removal and counters and the Karn Silex. Okay, love it. Love it. Yeah, you just you do this. Goodbye. As much as I want to just swing on it with the haste, probably just gets removed. We don't have any other creatures in our hand. Ends up getting something that we can cast, which is actually really good in a matchup like this, that passive life gain. And we can still cast a Flood Maw if we need to. Okay, let's try to swing with this. You know what I mean, Jellybean? I suppose I should have laid this first so we can counter that. We can still do it, though. Yeah. Let's do it so it doesn't die. And we can just hold up a Flood Maw. It was all part of my plan, my strategic plan. Wow, guy, what deck is this, dude? Are you okay, brother? Because I was also kind of holding this for Volcanic Spite, but I'm just late. Well, there should be something to Flood Maw here. No, there's not. Lovely. Okay, we trample haste. And we do gain 2 life. Wonderful. You love to see it. And we probably drew the same one that we trampled in, or sorry, shuffled in. Beautiful stuff. Okay, cool. So they finally ran out of steam. What you got for me, bud? What you got? Huh? Anything? Nothing? What you got? Huh? No, I just remove it. Oh, you don't say. However, goodbye, come again. Yes. Yes. Goodbye. Try to say good game. You love to see it. Okay. Well, the first game really showed off the turtles. I think the first game was a really good showcase. Right, with the tokens from Awaken the Woods, huge. Fecund Greenshell, like buffing them all up. Also Blossoming Tortoise, right? Like we have this, which is 1/1, and it's just gonna create, also ramp, and it's in mana earlier, which is great. So that's why that's in the deck. Fecund isn't in here. You know what Fecund does, and you get so much mana, and then every extra mana like this, you can pitch to like Volcanic Spite. Also, the counter spell that we have, 3 steps ahead, right, is a perfect thing to get rid of those. It's also really flexible, right? Again, discarding those cards is great while we're going up in cards, but also you can create tokens. So that's really, really cool, and you can do it instant speed. So say you're about to fight something with Kogla, and then they, remove it, or they do something to it, right? You can at least create a copy, and then he'll enter the battlefield again. Maybe that's before combat. You can trample on in. Also, just making copies of Fecund, Blossoming Tortoise isn't bad at all. Bedrock is really good. I mean, 6 power and just, the hexproof during your turn is also not to be sneezed at. But Awaken the Woods, we didn't really get to show off in full capacity, but you know what it does. Very good stuff. So yeah, I hope you have a great day. Thank you. If you made it this far, you're a rock star. 700 subscribers, dude. Hell yeah, guys. Thanks for all the support. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, do it now. I'll love you forever. You don't have to, but that'd be cool. The weather's getting good again. That's also dope. Good luck on the arena. See you next video, guys.